Else drinking?
A little bit.
No. Are we being safe? Who's drinking? Raise your glass real quick. I love this place already. Before I bring up your next comic, I am drinking. Not gonna lie. When I was asked to be a host for this show, I told them, "Are you sure you want me?" You know, like my opener is literally like Kanye West audience. You know what I mean? Some of you guys got the innuendo. He was like, "Nah, man, last minute, you're perfect." I'm like, "All right, cool, perfect." He asked me, "Corey, do you need anything?" I was like, "I'll take some Earl Grey tea." You know, I was like, "What drink of choice?" He was like, "All right, now be serious." So I'm like, "All right, cool, dude. You know, any beer." And then of course I say a joke, maybe Hennessy. Folks, your next comic was not messing around, because in this glass is not Long Island iced tea. It's Hennessy and Coke, baby. Your next comedian is part of the reason why we're all even here. He has served his country as a U.S. Marine, and he has PTSD that led him to a microphone to be funny for you guys tonight. I want you guys to be very loud and very boisterous for my next comic coming up right now. My man, Mr. Mike McCue!
First of all, fuck these pieces of shit talking about their fucking hairline. Yeah, give it up for Corey. Everybody, round of applause for Corey. I did bring him some Hennessy. He was kind enough to give me a sip, and let me tell you, folks, that shit is amazing. I immediately felt like no more child support that I'm gonna pay. Hector brought up, old Haley Joel Osment and his, I see hairline or whatever the fuck, I don't know. Did you guys see what he did last week? Oh, Haley Joel Osment, crazy ass. He was at a ski resort in Colorado, and he got drunk as shit. And as he was getting arrested, he called the arresting officer both a Nazi and the K word that rhymes with bike. I'm like, Haley, man, I don't think you understand. Those two things cannot be in the same people. But everything about Haley Joel Osment has always been pretty confused, right? Like, that dude has not aged gracefully. He's aged like a old avocado. Like, he got old everywhere but here. Fat, gray, shitty beard, bad hairline, 12. He looks like both the child molester and the victim at the same fucking time. So, I don't know if you guys can tell by my voice, but I have a severe weight problem. And my beautiful girlfriend Katie has been trying to get me to go to the gym, and I'm like, sweetheart, I've been to the gym. There's always the same guy at every gym. It doesn't matter which gym you go to. He looks like this son of a bitch. No neck, perfect beard. Shirt's a little too small for him. He's outdoorsy. He always comes up and says, "Hey, why you at the gym, bro? You trying to bulk or you trying to cut?" I'm like, fuck, man, I just want to shave my balls without a mirror. You guys know how hard it is to shave your balls by Braille? Fuck, man. My girlfriend took me and her kids to Universal Studios a couple weeks ago for the first time in my life. What a expensive trip that is. The fuck is butterbeer, but whatever. They're not very kind to big people at Universal Studios either. Like, you go through the line, like they meet the whole hour and a half, and you get to the end of the line, and then they're like, "Excuse me, sir, would you please follow me to the test chair?" Like, fuck, dude, it's bad enough I'm 47 on Harry Potter. You gotta fat shame me in front of all these fucking kids?
So true.
I like to think I'm adventurous. The owner of my scuba dive shop is in the back. He's the one who looks like midget Jesus.
Woo! Jamesy.
So, they'll tell you, like, I'm the one that does the cowboy shit. Like, they're like, oh, don't do this without, a safety stop. Or don't ever, pet an eel. Or don't try to finger blast a shark. Like, whatever. I'm like, fuck, I want to do that. So I want to skydive. You guys know what happens when you go to a skydiving place and you're my size? First thing that happens is they pull out a scale. Because apparently gravity has a fucking weight limit. And it's not one of those little, like, bathroom scales that think, just don't tell anybody, just stand on this real quick. It's one of these doctor motherfuckers, like, they gotta stand here, sir. And then they lean over the counter and they're, skinny folk, that's like the N-word to fat people. I said, like, well, how off was I? Like, sir, because I want to know, like, could I go take a shit and, have a fighter's chance and, like, get to go skydiving? Like, no, you missed by, like, 9 pounds. I was like, I missed by a fucking baby! Can you just take the granola-eating, hemp-wearing person that's going to be on my back? Could you take them off? That's got to be 9 pounds, right? No, sir, the way the speed works, you actually go faster if you lose... What the fuck? So that dream was shot. Oh, man. I got to thank you guys for coming out. Like, this has been a huge dream come true for me. Being live and being able to make people laugh. So I'm just going to take a break from telling jokes and just thank everybody for being here. So, back to dumb shit. This one's for the gentlemen in the room. Some ladies. I have actually talked to some women who didn't know that this situation existed. You guys, when your lady friend gets to that dangerous time of the month where, you just want to hand grenade chocolates in the room and you're really pretty, and just leave for your safety. I always thought, like, growing up, I had a mom, I had a sister, I was married for almost 19 years, and I have a 19-year-old daughter, and I always thought that at that time of the month, women had pads and they had tampons, and those are the only 2 choices. Gentlemen, did you know that there are multiple other choices? I did not, until my girlfriend and I started getting serious. We'd have those sleepovers. Don't tell Martha Green, because, don't want her thinking less of Katie. So we started having sleepovers, and then I would be like, what the fuck is this silicone pimp chalice that's doing in my shower? What is this thing in my medicine cabinet? What is this thing on top of my toilet? So I asked, because, being a good boyfriend, I want to know everything about my girlfriend. I'm like, what is this? Guys, don't fucking ask. Don't ever ask. You don't want to know. Apparently, this is something called a diva cup. You guys know what this is? Brad, do you know what this is? No? Because your girlfriend's normal and uses a fucking tampon. Instead, my girlfriend is putting something that she fucking bleeds into this close from my toothbrush in the medicine cabinet. Holy shit. She yells at me if I leave the toilet seat up. Like, the fuck? Same girlfriend, just 2 weeks ago. We went out, we saw a comedy show at the Laugh Store in Hollywood, and came back. It was a good night. Stars are shining. My girlfriend's looking amazing, and she's like, sweetheart, I want to get fucking freaky tonight. I'm like, oh.
I did not see that.
Martha, don't you gotta go to the bathroom or some shit like this? Jesus Christ, this is fucking weird. Talking like the woman who birthed her grandchildren said to me,
Oh, God.
sweetheart, I want to put a peach ring on your dick. Now let's think about this for a fucking minute. You guys know what a peach ring is? Little candy, it's about this big, has a hole about that big in the middle. to me like my dick is this fucking big and she wants to put a peach ring on. Like, I got body shamed by something that costs 99 cents a bag. We used to give peach rings to my kids when they were toddlers for them to like teeth on. She is saying literally my dick would not qualify as a choking hazard for a baby. So she sees me spinning out. Like, we're driving, right? We're like on the 210. I'm going at this point like 95 miles an hour. She sees me looking at her, contemplating, do I drive into the 18-wheeler that's coming at us? So she's like, I'm gonna save the day. I'm gonna say something really sweet. I'm gonna say something charming. I'm gonna make him feel like he's my fucking king. Sweetheart, it's okay. You're a grower, not a shower. What the? So I went home and I wrote a suicide note that night. I wrote it. I kept erasing it and rewriting it. It's just started to turn out like a really shitty Yelp review of my life. Weird beginning, sad middle, shitty ending. So at this point with my cholesterol level, I think I'll just be patient. You guys see what Jeff Bezos did a couple weeks ago? Nobody? Fuck, are you guys just like completely waiting on me to give you the world's news? Shit.
Yes, tell us.
So this guy launched a all-women space crew into outer space on a giant dildo. Women, give yourselves a round of applause. You've done it. No, we're not. No, okay. Sorry. Men, get back to space. It was pretty cool, though. I mean, it's something that hadn't been done since 1963 when Russia did it. They sent an all-women space crew. They didn't use a dildo. They used an actual rocket ship. And, at the press conference, I'm watching it, and Jeff Bezos is announcing the crew, and I'm thinking, because, I grew up in Houston. I was a huge fan of NASA. I wanted to be an astronaut my whole life. And I'm thinking it's going to be scientists and doctors and lawyers and the brightest female minds in all of the world. Nope. This guy launched his wife to space. He launched Oprah Winfrey's not lesbian lover to outer space. And Katy fucking Perry is now an astronaut. All before Grand Theft Auto 6 got released. Old people, Grand Theft Auto 6 is a game that's a sequel to Grand Theft Auto 5 that we've been waiting like 25 years for the sequel to come out. So at the press conference, the press is like, excuse me, Mr. Bezos. This rocket is like $3.5 billion. Aren't you afraid that one of those retards is gonna fuck it up? He's like, hey, wait, calm down. It's remote control. They're only going up there for like 10 minutes. And they're gonna come right back down to Earth. So even the rich and powerful know women can't drive for shit. I love how the bass in that laugh was much more prevalent than some of the other jokes I told. How am I doing on time?
13.
2 more minutes, great. So as Corey said, I did serve in the United States Marine Corps. Don't clap, shit's gonna get weird in a second. So back when I served, that was 24 years ago. You guys, a lot of stuff's happened in 24 years, right, Martha? Yeah. She's like, we invented electricity. So in 24 years, we've gotten cell phones, we've gotten internet, we've gotten massive developments in online pornography, which would have all been helpful for me as a 22-year-old in the military in the middle of Afghanistan, but I didn't have any of those. I had a porta potty for privacy that in ambient temperature of about 125 degrees, indoor temperature is about 190 degrees. I'm using my sweat as lubricant. And I'm using ghost titties. Because when I was a kid, I had the scrambled porn channel that every once in a while you'd see a tit. Everyone in the room that's old enough to remember the scrambled porn channel, remember, audio worked perfectly. That's why I love when my girlfriend talks dirty to me to this day. That's where my kink developed as a 14-year-old with shitty cable. But here I am in a porta potty in 190 million degrees, ghost titties, and I felt like I was basically the equivalent of a Civil War veteran writing a letter home. Dearest Pamela Anderson, in your crimson-covered bosom, if you could be so kind as to send me a charcoal rendering of your body, perhaps with an ankle showing, I could release my soldiers into this shitty toilet paper single ply. Yours in patriotic masturbatory form, Lieutenant Michael McCue, 13th Masturbatory Battalion. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is my time. Thank you so much again for coming. I really appreciate it.